The School of the Lady of Baqi, Lady al-Banin, peace be upon her. Chapter 15. وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ قُتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتًا بَلْ أَحْيَاءٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ فَرِحِينَ بِمَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ وَيَسْتَبْشِرُونَ بِالَّذِينَ لَمْ يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ مِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ أَلَّا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. Do not think of those slain for the cause of God as dead. They are alive with their Lord and receive sustenance from Him. They are pleased with the favor from their Lord and have received the glad news that those who follow them will have no fear, nor will they be grieved. Surah Mubarakah Al-Imran, verses 169 and 170. The revelation of these blessed verses is in praise of the believing martyrs who offered their lives in the way of God, attained the station of witnessing and martyrdom, and call upon the later ones to join them. These verses, in their most complete and perfect meaning, point to the companions of Hussein and the martyrs of Karbala, who offered the very essence of their hearts, muhajjat al-qulub, with full recognition of Abba Abdullah and Hussein, and attained the lofty rank of annihilation in him, those who gave their very lifeblood for Hussein. They surpassed all martyrs, both the earlier and the later ones. Thus, the Master of Martyrs said regarding them, "Indeed, I do not know of any companions more loyal and better than my companions. فَإِنِّي لَا أَعْلَمُ أَصْحَابًا أَوْفًا وَلَا خَيْرًا مِنْ أَصْحَابِي." The leader and guide of the companions of Hussein in this matter was Abul Fadl al-Abbas, the commander of the companions of Hussein, whose rank and status is envied by all martyrs, from the first to the last. Imam Zayn al-Abidin, about the virtue of his honorable uncle, said, إِنَّ لِلْعَبَّاسِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مَنْزِلَةً يَغْبِطُهُ بِهَا جَمِيعُ الشُّهَدَاءِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Thus, the Karbala of Imam Sayyid al-Shuhada is the stage upon which all of creation, and anyone who seeks to pursue the degrees of nearness and perfection toward God, must join. This joining is the very return to one's own origin and innate nature. إن لقتل الحسين حرارة في قلوب المؤمنين لا تبرد أبدا. It is that very migration and return toward the Imam which is the true reality of Raj'ah. This takes place in the world by following the companions of Hussein and under the leadership and guidance of the flag-bearer of Karbala, and it is taught in the school of the Lady of Baqi, Lady al-Banin. This rising from a state of stillness, this movement and standing toward the Imam, which is in essence the progressing through the stages of nearness to God, ultimately manifests in the form of becoming a devotee, the offering of one's life and the very essence of one's heart. Just as Imam Hussein said when he set out toward the sanctuary of servitude in Karbala, "Man kana badhilan fina muhjatahu wa muwattinan ala liqa'i Allahi nafsahu falyarhal fa inni rahilun musbiha." Whoever wishes to offer his life in our cause and has prepared himself for the meeting with God, let him depart with us. The command, falyarhal, to migrate toward the Imam, in the greatest sanctuary of servitude in the world, was given by Abba Abdullah al-Hussein in its most perfect form, addressed to the companions of Hussein, who, وَالسَّابِقُونَ السَّابِقُونَ أُولَئِكَ الْمُقَرَّبُونَ, Surah Al-Waqi'ah, verses 10 and 11. So that by offering the very essence of their hearts, they might open the path of devotion and sacrifice for the rest of creation, and for all who join them, whether from the first or the last, making it accessible and attainable for them. In this situation, the flag-bearer of Karbala, Abbas, through the sermon he delivered atop the Kaaba, at the beginning of the Husseini caravan's departure from Mecca and its movement toward the sanctuary of servitude in Karbala, became the guide and leader of the companions in the matter of devotion and sacrifice, as he declared, كيف يمكن لكم قتل أبي عبد الله الحسين ما دمت حيا سليلا تعالوا أخبركم بسبيله بادروا قتلي واضربوا عنقي ليحصل مرادكم. How could it be possible to kill Abba Abdullah al-Hussein as long as I am alive? Come, and I will show you the way to kill Hussein, so hasten to kill me and strike my neck that you may attain your aim. In other words, upon the place where Imam Hussein offered the very essence of his heart to the divine presence, for the guidance and deliverance of creation from the darkness of misguidance and ignorance. بذل مهجته فيك ليستنقذ عبادك من الضلالة والجهالة. The radiant moon of Hashemites, by hastening to answer the call of the Imam, declared in the most complete way his being a ransom, with all of his limbs, his innermost being, and the lifeblood of his heart, muhja. But the command falyarhal, to migrate toward the Imam, in its subsequent degrees, was addressed to all the servants of God. Whoever wills to attain the sanctuary of servitude, there is but a single scene in all existence, the scene of Hussein's sacrifice and the field of devotion in Karbala. And the only way to it is by joining those who went before, the forerunners in migration toward the Imam and the return to one's own origin, that is, by joining oneself to the companions of Hussein, who manifested the highest degrees of servitude through becoming devotees and offering the lifeblood of their hearts for Abba Abdullah al-Hussein. As is explicitly stated in their ziyarat, wherein the pilgrim, at the end, prays and longs that Ya laytani kuntu ma'akum fa'afuza fawzan azima. Would that I had been with you and attained the great triumph and the mighty salvation. This joining cannot be achieved except through the blessed hands of the water-bearer of Karbala, the leader of the companions of Hussein, the flag-bearer of Karbala, Abul Fadl al-Abbas, and by being nurtured in the school of the Lady of Baqi, Lady Abbas, the noble woman who, by offering her 4 beloved sons, who were the children of Amirul Mu'minin and the most excellent of creation after the children of Lady Fatima, drew and taught to all mankind the path and practice of being devoted in sacrifice. Thus, it is by following the school of Lady al-Banin that the servants of God can attain the degrees of nearness, perfection, and servitude, whose ultimate manifestation appears in becoming devoted and sacrificed. Indeed, the sacrifice of God's servants is one reality, which appears in 2 ways and 2 dimensions. When it is in the company of the Imam, it takes the form of offering one's life and the lifeblood of the heart. In this aspect, it appeared in its fullest expression through the martyrdom of the moon and stars of al-Banin and of the other companions of Hussein. But after the martyrdom of Imam Abba Abdullah al-Hussein and his Karbala, it is through the command of weeping. By weeping for Imam Hussein, that those who come later and join afterward may attain triumph and salvation. This too is taught in the school of the Lady of Baqi, Lady al-Banin, who, after the martyrdom of Imam Abba Abdullah al-Hussein, maintained continuous weeping for him and for her radiant moon and shining stars, until as a result of this weeping, she lost the sight of her eyes. وَكَانَتْ أُمُّ جَعْفَرِ الْكِلَابِيَّةِ تَنْدُبُ الْحُسَيْنِ وَتَبْكِهِ وَقَدْ كُفَّ بَصَرُهَا. And Ja'far al-Kilabiyya used to lament for Hussein and weep over him until her sight was taken away. This conduct of Lady al-Banin is derived from that very reality which, in its most perfect form, is the hallmark of the Mawla of our age, Baqiyatullah al-Azam, may our souls be his ransom. فَلَأَنْدُبَنَّكَ صَبَاحًا وَمَسَاءً. The command to weep every morning and evening for Abba Abdullah al-Hussein must be made present and flowing in the life of those who were absent from Karbala, the later generations, and all who wish to be joined with the triumphant and the foremost, taking their Imam of the time as the model. Just as Imam says, فَلَإِنْ أَخَّرَتْنِي الدُّهُورُ وَعَاقَنِي عَنْ نُصْرَتِكَ الْمَقْدُورُ وَلَمْ أَكُنْ لِمَنْ حَارَبَكَ مُحَارِبًا وَلِمَنْ نَصَبَ لَكَ الْعَدَاوَةَ مُنَاصِبًا فَلَأَنْدُبَنَّكَ صَبَاحًا وَمَسَاءً وَلَأَبْكِيَنَّ عَلَيْكَ بَدَلَ الدُّمُوعِ دَمًا حَسْرَةً عَلَيْكَ وَتَأَسُّفًا وَتَحَسُّرًا على ما دهاك وتلاهفا حتى أموت بلوعة المصاب وغصة الاكتياب. O my grandfather, O Hussein, though the course of time delayed me and the divine decree prevented me from aiding you, so that I was not present to fight alongside those who fought with you, nor to oppose those who showed enmity toward you, yet instead, morning and evening I lament for you, and in place of tears I weep blood for you, out of longing, grief, and sorrow for the calamities that befell you, until, from the intensity of this sorrow and the weight of anguish, I should surrender my soul. In other words, our Mawla, Baqiyatullah al-Azam, may our souls be his ransom, the avenger of the blood of the one slain at Karbala, makes clear this reality, that it is through weeping over the calamities of Abba Abdullah al-Hussein, the one slain of tears, that his Shia, after his martyrdom, are able to make themselves devotees and offerings. For weeping and tears are nothing but the very lifeblood of the heart, mahja al-qalb, transformed, flowing forth from the eyes. Thus, the self-sacrifice of the servants for Abba Abdullah al-Hussein must be manifested in all states and at every moment, and this is what is taught in the school of the Lady of Baqi, Lady Umm al-Banin.